Hey, what's going on, guys? Brian Kelly here from Zombie Guitar. Today's video is going to be part one of a multi-part series where I walk you through the process of writing a song start to finish. So as of now, I have not written the song yet. I don't even know how the song is going to go. I have an idea for the story that I'm trying to tell with the music. I have one single part of the song written. I have a chord progression that I came up with. But as of now, I haven't written the song yet. So that's the purpose of the series. I just want to basically just chart my progress through this series of videos, and you guys can follow along so you can see exactly what I'm thinking, exactly what I think about when I write a song, and that's a lot of stuff. My brain there's a million bazillion ideas going on in my head. All right, so the basic premise of the song, the story that I'm trying to tell with this music, is based around the name. So the name of the song is going to be called Augmented Reality. I just think that that's a cool term and has a nice ring to it. So my idea here is there's going to be normal reality, and then there's going to be augmented reality. And normal reality is going to be represented by basic major and minor chords, everything that's in key. So everything that's inside of one single key, that's going to represent normal reality. And then the augmented reality is going to be outside stuff. So I'm going to include some diminished chords, some augmented chords. You have to use augmented chords in the song called Augmented Reality, right? So there's going to be outside stuff, and that's going to represent the augmented reality. So as the song progresses, it's going to be less normal and more into this augmented reality type of realm. So the way I'm going to do this is I have the normal reality stuff. That's going to be the in-key stuff. So I've chosen the key of B minor for the song. I'm going to write the song in the key of B minor. So all of the chords that are part of the key of B minor, that's going to be the pretty music. That's going to be the in-key stuff. That's going to be the normal reality stuff. And then for the outside stuff, I'm going to borrow from the harmonic minor scale. So I'm going to have B natural minor, and then I'm going to have B harmonic minor. So let's compare the chords that are found in the key of B minor compared to B harmonic minor. So the difference between B minor and B harmonic minor, the actual scales, is just one note. The harmonic minor scale is the natural minor scale with a raised 7th degree. So if you derive chords from this new harmonic minor scale, this altered natural minor scale that has a raised 7th degree, you start on a note, you take every other note, you can get your triads, you can get your 7th chords, you're going to come up with some funky looking chords. You have a minor major 7th chord, you have an augmented chord, you have fully diminished chords. So all this stuff is in the harmonic minor scale. Alright, so a couple weeks ago I did a video called My Favorite Chord Progression, and this is in memory of my cousin. Check that video out if you want to see the meaning behind that. It's a simple chord progression, but applying this chord progression to the key of B minor, it would be a G major chord, to a D major chord, to an A major chord, to a B minor chord. I like how it doesn't start on the first chord. It doesn't start on a D major chord. If you're looking at this key from the major perspective, it doesn't start on a B minor chord. If you're looking at it from the minor perspective, it starts on the G chord. So I like this progression. So basically I took this progression and then I just kind of made it a bit creepier by introducing these chords that are borrowed from the harmonic minor scale. So instead of playing the G here, I'm going to play it up here on the 10th fret, and I'm going to play it in its 7th form. I'm going to play a major 7th chord instead. So here's my G major 7 chord. And then I'm just going to go to a D major chord. So now instead of having an A chord, which would be the next chord in that progression, I'm going to use the harmonic minor equivalent, which is going to be an A sharp type of chord, an A sharp diminished chord. And I'm going to explain what's going on here in one second, but I'm going to play it here. So this is going to be the chord. So it's actually a C sharp diminished, and I'm going to explain why I'm replacing the A sharp diminished with a C sharp diminished in a second. But that's the next chord, and then the final chord is going to be an augmented chord. It's going to be an F sharp augmented chord. Again, I'm not playing a D augmented chord, I'm playing F sharp augmented chord. I'm going to explain why that is too. So, fully diminished chords and augmented chords are known as symmetrical chords. That means if I were to play this this A sharp diminished chord right here, and then I move it up 3 frets and I play the exact same shape right here, That's the same exact chord. It's the same 4 notes, they're just rearranged. And then if I move it up to here, again, it's the same 4 notes, just rearranged. And then if I move it up to here, same 4 notes, just rearranged. So that's how these diminished chords work, fully diminished chords. Half diminished chords don't have that symmetrical property. Fully diminished chords do. So instead of including this A sharp diminished chord, which is played right here, I just played a C sharp diminished, which is the exact same notes, so I played that chord instead. So that's the thing about these fully diminished chords. Wherever a fully diminished chord is, if I wanted to use A sharp fully diminished, or C sharp fully diminished, or E fully diminished, or G fully diminished, all of those are equivalent to one another. They all share the exact same 4 notes. So diminished chords, they have this outside sound to them, and they have this tension to them, and the tension wants to bring you back to the in key. So let's just kind of listen to this diminished chord right here. Back to B minor. I can keep going up the fretboard with it. So it's outside, 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 outside. As soon as I get back to that B minor, we're back inside again. So anywhere you want to play this fully diminished chord, spaced 3 frets apart, it's the exact same chord, you're just inverting the notes. So the same is true with augmented chords as well. Those are symmetrical chords too. So if you look at the notes of a D augmented chord, you have the notes D, F sharp, and A sharp. And back up here, there's a D again as well. So if you slide that up 4 frets now, that's how augmented chords, they're 4 frets apart. So you slide it up to here, it's the exact same notes again. So you have the note F sharp, A sharp, and D. And if you slide it up to here, it's the same notes. You have A sharp, D, and F sharp. So that augmented chords are the same thing. So this is equivalent to this, is equivalent to this. Same chords. So with all that said, the chord progression that I came up with is it starts on a G major 7 here, to a D major chord, to a C sharp fully diminished chord. I can move that up to here if I want. I can move that up to here if I want. And then the next chord is this F sharp augmented chord. Alright, so that's what I have so far. Like I said, it's just a single 4-chord chord progression at this point. The song may start out, without using the diminished and augmented chords, gradually start introducing that stuff as the song progresses. Then as the song gets even further, more and more of that type of creepy sounding stuff. So I don't know. I will be throwing a bunch of leads in there. It's going to have some heavy parts, might change keys. Could do anything. I have no idea. So in the upcoming parts, I'll be walking you through Reaper and stuff like that, showing you what I did inside of the DAW, explaining what I'm doing with the leads. So just kind of charting my progress along the way. So this is part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. Thanks for watching. See you next time.